Hello, my fellow humans and aliens. I'm Callie. My pronouns are Z and Zer. How y'all doing? Power to the people. Let's get into this story time. So, today's story time is gonna be about the time when I first tried to top someone. Yes, I tried to top someone. We're gonna call her Sabine. Sabine from the last story, Sabine and I have a lot of experience together. So I'm gonna talk about the time, my first time trying to be at the top. So let's just start by saying we have a history. Like we've been like hooking up, sleeping together here and there since like forever from we met. Da da da. We had kids. She got into a relationship. We're still hooking up, but this time, because all the times that we were hooking up, I have never like gone down or even tried to top. I'm like what they usually call a pillow princess. Not anymore. Don't get it twisted, okay? Back then, because I was still not fully experienced, but back then I was like a little pillow princess. And I wasn't that experienced. It was like my first like really hookup, really, since I was like, yeah, I know what I am. Um, we didn't date. We were just always hooking up. But this time we decided, so Sabine and two other guys, my two other guy friend, my other best friend, let's call him, I don't know, Milo. I don't know what kind of name is that. So Sabine, Milo, and this other guy named Mark, and this other girl named, what do I want to call her? Keisha. So, um, let's scratch that. So, myself, Sabine, my bestie, his friend, and this other girl that he brought on the trip. So all of us decided to go on like a trip to Montreal. Like it's September, why not? Let's just book a back to school trip type of thing just before everybody go back to school and yada yada yada. So I was like, yeah, let's get down to it. So we went. Sabine boyfriend was watching the kids. My parents had my daughter, and I believe my best friend, his son, mom had him, and then the other two people don't have kids. So we went. We got a car. We booked like a house. We used like the flip key. It's similar to Airbnb but different. I don't know. We booked one of those, so we got a whole house to ourselves, guys. Yes. So we drove 6 hours to Montreal. Decided to stay there for the whole like. I think we stayed there for like 5 days, maybe less. Don't quote me on that. But we stayed there for some days. So many shit happened on that trip, y'all. So we went on the trip, and then we got there, and the first night we all decided which room was getting what, and then Sabine and I shared a room, and then my best friend and the girl, let's call her Shelly. Shelly and my best friend, let's call him, I don't know. I can't come up with a name for him. Let's call him Kaz. So Shelly and Kaz shared a room, and then the other friend, my best friend's friend, let's call him Mark. So Shelly and Kaz has a room. Sabine and I had a room, and then Mark had his own room. So there was like an extra room. He didn't bring anybody on the trip because he didn't realize it was gonna be like that. So we all decided which room we wanted. Sabrina and I chose a room that was like in the very back, the last room. And so we got there, we unpacked, we chilled a little bit, and then it came down to the night when we were sleeping. So I remember I was like, we got into the room, and we started making out, and we were like, obviously we already know we were gonna hook up. And then while we were getting down with the get down, I was like, you know what? I want to try it. I don't want to be a pillow princess. Like, what if I actually get into a relationship and time goes by, I get older, and this is what I am about. I need to learn to do a little one too, right? I ain't trying to be no pillow princess. I'm not about that life. So she goes, okay, no problem. Did you bring your, you know, strappy, your strap? I'm like, no, I didn't, but I could still try and do something without it, like, you know. She's like, well, you know, I'm usually the one who's more experienced, so I'm like, yeah, I know, but let me try. She goes, okay, try. And I was like, girl, yeah, I was so happy. I was like, oh my god, I'm about to talk someone for the first time. I hope I don't fuck around and fuck up. Let's just say, so I went to top her, like I flipped her over. She's on the bottom, I'm on top. And I'm so in my head, I'm like, I know what to do. I'm going to do this. I'm just going to do what she usually does to me, minus the going down, because I wasn't ready for that part yet. Plus, I always told myself if I was going to do that for the first time, it was going to be with someone that I was in a relationship with and someone that I feel that I love. That's the only time I would do it. So, yeah. So then we got down to it and we were going at it, and I flipped her over and I went on top, y'all. This is the most embarrassing thing, and like, it was so embarrassing. I could understand what some guys go through when shit like this happened to them. So I'm on top and I'm like, yes, I'm doing my thing. As soon as I didn't even get to even do 4 stroke, or like, I think I probably did 2, and I kid you not, my fucking leg seized up on me. I got Charlie horse in my leg and I fell off of her, and I was like on the bed and she's looking at me and I'm like, oh my god, this shit is so embarrassing. I don't even look at me. She goes, it's okay. No, this shit is not okay. Like, now I literally said to her, now I know how guys feel who can't stay up. Like, and she's like, you're not a fucking guy. I'm like, I know, but like, that's the only thing that's running through my head right now. And this shit is embarrassing. Don't even look at me. And she's smiling and she goes, it's okay. It's your first time. And like, at least I came. I'm like, bitch, what do you mean at least you came? Like, no, like, my card is taken away from me. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, this shit. And while we're talking and going back and forth about the shit that was so embarrassing, she's like rubbing my leg, because my leg was like, it swelled up instantly. It was so swollen, and she had to go get ice. And we're in the room talking and she's like icing my leg, and I'm like, I felt like I was gonna die. I'm like, just open up the ground and swallow me right now. Like, this shit is so embarrassing. Like, how I'm just gonna, I feel like dying. But she was super nice about it. She was just telling me, you know, it happens, it was your first time, like, you're gonna get better. Do you want to go again? I'm like, go again? Do you not fucking see my leg? Like, this shit is so, I was so embarrassed. I didn't even, like, the next day when we woke up and she's like staring at me and I'm like, what? She's like, are you okay? I'm like, no, I'm not okay. Like, I'm still mad. Like, how do I fuck that shit up? I'm so mad. And she's like, again, I keep telling you, it's okay. Like, you're gonna get experience. It was your first. She just keeps saying it was my first time. Like, I fucking know it was my first time. And for my first time, that shit is embarrassing. Now I know I'm gonna stop being a pillow princess. I can't be bitches no more. Like, I don't call females bitches, but like, you know, but oh, it was bad. It was real bad. But yeah, so that was that. And the morning we got up, we went about our business, and everybody in the house found out about it, because I mean, I told my best friend Cash, because he's my best friend. I tell him everything, but they're all like, yo, we already know. Like, we were hearing you guys in the room and you guys were like, I'm like, oh, but you guys don't know when it was my turn how much I fucked up. Let's just say, even now, my best friend still makes fun of me. He's like, how you gonna be a lesbian and you don't even know how to do it right? And I'm like, first of all, I'm not a lesbian. I don't identify as a lesbian. nor do I identify as anything. I'm just me. I'm non-label. I like what I like when I like it. I do what I want when I want to do, because I'm motherfucking grown, and ain't nobody gonna tell me what to fucking do and how to label. I'm too colorful to be put in a box. I'm unboxable, okay? So yeah, that was that guy. There were so many stories to what happened to that trip, but I was just wanted to tell you guys about my first time trying to top and how embarrassing that was. Even like my first time actually doing the, that wasn't that embarrassing, but that story, girl, like I flew my ass to a different country to go do that because I thought I was in love. But that's a story for another time. Well, I hope you guys enjoy the story. I know it wasn't much. I just wanted to hop in here and reminisce, or no, not reminisce, just to tell my little first time trying to top. If anybody out there try to top and have embarrassing story, please you could comment on down below. I would love to hear y'all's story about that. But it's been years now, and let's just say, no need to toot my own horn, but toot toot, I'm a pro now. For all you ladies out there, I'm just joking. I'm joking. Anyways, make sure you like, subscribe, and leave your comments down below, and don't forget to share this video with your loved ones. And thank you guys.